Hello, good morning, everybody. How are you? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I think it's sad when you already don't know what day of the week it is, and it's only Tuesday, right? That's not a good start. But how are you? Good morning, everyone. We're so excited to have you in here. If you've been with us before, you kind of know this routine here. We're going to give it a minute or two, let everybody start popping in, let everybody start getting all the technical stuff taken care of with Zoom to make sure that everybody can hear okay. For those of you that are already in here, let's keep the routine going. Pop open that chat option that's at the bottom of Zoom here and start chatting in where you're joining us from. We always love hearing all the different cities, all the different states, heck, even different countries. I see we got Washington, Texas. In fact, I've got to show you guys a little bit of something, and then I'm going to hop in and I'm going to start doing the housekeeping basic stuff there. But I see we've got people from all over the place, Florida, California, those sort of things. I wanted to show you guys what we woke up to this morning here in Colorado. This is what we saw. So this is literally, I took this out of the window here at our office. And I wanted to show you guys this because I wanted you to see that we've got a bunch of snow. In fact, it's still snowing super hard right now. We've got like 6-7 inches. So for those of you up in BC and Canada, you're probably going, no big deal. We deal with that all the time. For those of you in Florida and California, you're probably going, oh my gosh. So yeah, just a little glimpse into what we're seeing here in Colorado today and what we woke up to. And we're supposed to keep snowing all day and all night tomorrow. So there we go. Yeah, that's the reason I moved from Detroit a bunch of years ago. So yeah, you know, not everybody loves to deal with all that stuff. Well, good morning. Just want to welcome you guys all to our monthly client webinar. Couple of housekeeping items that I want to go over to start this all off while people continue to hop in is I want to touch base about a few things. One, the chat option. Many of you have already started using it, but we want this to be something where we can communicate back and forth on these client webinars. The chat is a great place to put in quick thoughts, little tidbits, some of those sort of things. I'm just looking at it right now. It's a chilly 68 degrees in Hawaii. Thank you for rubbing it in. I appreciate it. But put little things in there. If you want to ask questions in there, you totally can. However, I do want to make sure that we have reasonable expectations. You can see that that chat thing moves really quick. We've got a lot of people that are going to be hopping in today. So not the best place to put it if you've got a really important question. The other thing that you can see on Zoom at the bottom of the menu here is that Q&A feature. That's a question and answer feature. So that's really good if you've got an important question that you're going, man, I bet other people probably have this same question or thinking some of the same things as me. Hop in there, put it in there. You may be able to see already that we've got Aaron and Alexa with us today. They're going to be hopping on and trying to answer every question that they can on chat, trying to answer a bunch of the questions that are in the Q&A section. So please make sure that you put your questions in. We want to have a conversation. And anything that's really important that we don't see right away, we're going to have a Q&A section at the end of this. So I'm going to hop in and answer some stuff live here on the webinar at the end of this session to make sure that nobody's walking away with anything that's unanswered. So does that sound good? Awesome. I think it'll be really great. It'll be really smooth. Those of you who have been with us before, you know this routine. For any of you out there that this is your first webinar with us, welcome. We're really, really excited to have you. So let's go ahead and jump into this. If you didn't see some of the emails and things that we've been sending out this month, our appointment, the whole thing for this client webinar is all about appointments, right? We know that a lot of people, regardless of what industry you are in, are really dependent on appointments, right? Setting as many as you can, holding as many as you can, and hopefully turning that into business. So that is our main focus today, is focusing on your business and the appointments and the things that are needed there. So our rough kind of agenda for today is we're gonna start out with tips on getting your videos played. We're going to talk about some things just to make sure that your videos are as effective as they can be, right? We don't want to just send videos to send videos. Alicia and I, if you were with us last month, or we've been talking about this a lot here at BombBomb, is we're not just checking boxes. We're not just doing things to say we did them. We want to make sure that they're really effective. So we're going to go over some methods there. We're going to talk about appointment setting strategies and some ways that you can use video in that, some proven things that we've seen to really help in setting the most appointments possible. Now, I've got a little tidbit, something I want you to get excited about. We're getting ready to release some new features. In fact, one of our new features is releasing today. And so I'm going to cover that for you guys because it's going to be amazing for appointment setting. So it fits perfectly into this, but it's also really exciting because it's new stuff. We love giving you guys new tools to help make sure that video is effective as possible. I've seen a couple of questions there in the Q&A already pop up about, will this be recorded? Absolutely. We're recording this right now. You will get it emailed to you after this session. So do not stress about that. I know we do cover a lot of information. So we'll make sure to send that recording to you. It will be coming out to you, okay? So the fourth thing we're talking about is appointment holding strategies. Once we've set them, how do we keep them coming, right? How do we make sure that they actually show up for that appointment time? And then last but not least, I've got a bonus video for you that goes a little bit beyond what we're talking about with setting and holding appointments, but we think it just makes so much sense with what we're talking about today. So definitely be excited about that. Now, all of you guys that are customers of ours that have been with BombBomb for a while, hopefully you have started to see a trend here over the last couple of months. We recently started this in November, October timeframe is when we started putting this whole series together. But what we're trying to do is do monthly content strategies for you guys. And the reason that that's so important is because we want to have consistency from one thing to another. So like I was talking about for February, it's all about appointments, right? You can see that one down there in the bottom right. November, we did holiday sends. December, we talked about gratitude and thank you videos. January was all about productivity and scalability and how do I scale using videos to reach my business goals, right? So the reason I'm bringing this up to you now is because all of you that are current clients of ours actually received an email near the beginning of the month. It usually goes out the first or second of the month. We're calling it our deep dive email. You'll see a video from one of these handsome guys that are on the screen here, and it's really diving into this idea. So this month, Steve Passanelli, who's our CMO here, he dove into what we're going to talk about with some of the best practices of how to get your videos watched. He talks about those things and then puts a challenge forth. The reason I'm bringing this up now is because I want you guys to know that this webinar is not just its own thing. It is tied to other content that's going out. It is going out with all sorts of other things, other emails and those sort of things that all tie together to really give you a whole month worth of valuable information. So if you didn't see that this month, hop into your email provider, whatever you use for your login here at BombBomb, and just search for BombBomb, and you'll see that pop up. If you did see it, watched it, great. I hope those have been really helpful for you. But those are going to keep coming at the beginning of every month, and those will tie into these monthly content webinars that are coming out. So let's dive into this, and this ties perfectly to these deep dives because this is a lot of what Steve talked about in his appointment email. We're calling it the tuned method. And what the tuned method is these are things to think about in order to get the best reactions on your videos, right? Like I said, we don't want to just send a boring video that nobody watches. We want to make sure that each of these things gets done. So these are different things. This is an acronym. If you've got a pen and paper, please feel free to write it down because I want to make sure that you write all this stuff down and remember it. These are different things to think about in order to get your video engaged with the best. So the T here in the tuned method is team. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you work with other people, if you work with more than one person, right? Here at BombBomb, we obviously have a lot of people around us, but these are different things. Think about using your team to get better engagement on your video. In fact, there's great things where you can use that animated preview that BombBomb builds for you, that first couple of seconds, and have multiple people in it all at once. That's unexpected. That's something that will get people's reactions. It'll get people thinking and go, I want to click on that video a little bit more. So think about using your team or people around you. I've even had, if you were here for the holiday send, we had Joe Soto who had his entire family with him in a video for the holidays. Think about things that you can do to have more people. Now, I just kind of teased this a second ago for this one. Unexpected. Think about things that people would normally not expect to see at the beginning of a video, right? So we have seen things like some of our best reacted to videos have been videos that have motion in them. If you're using your mobile app and recording on the go, Steve did one actually where he was on an escalator and just going down. Well, that's unexpected. That's different. That background is very, very different. So think about putting motion in there and doing something different than just always being at your desk. That unexpected nature will get more people to click and watch your video. Now, the name, right? Name, we talk about this all the time. It's one of the biggest things that we promote here, but it's use your whiteboard, right? Personalize this to the person's name. If there's one thing of this tune method that you can remember more than anything else, it's name. This is one of the biggest things that we can do to make sure that they know that this is a video for them. If it's not a personal one-to-one video, that's okay. Write something that's personal to this, the purpose of this video or to the thought behind that so it still feels personal and it still feels like it's for them specifically. Now, the E here is emotion. Now, The great part about emotion is this one that's decently easy to do. Smile. We tell people to do this all the time. When you see that 3, 2, 1 countdown, once you've clicked the record button, right before it flashes and starts recording, make sure you smile. It is so infectious when you see somebody genuinely smiling and looking in the camera at you. That affects people. Would you click on a video where somebody's sitting there like this? Or would you click on a video where somebody is like this and maybe waving or doing something there to add that motion in as well, right? So emotion is really, really powerful. We want people excited to click on the video and excited to see that. Now, the last one here that I want you to think about is detail. And there's a lot of different ways we can do this, but you want to make this as personalized to the people as you can. So there's a lot of different things where you can use our screen recorder to actually put their details on the screen. So for example, if you're in the real estate industry and you are reaching out to somebody about their property, their house, great. Open the screen recorder, pull their property up on Google Earth and have that there. If you're in sales and you're reaching out to other business people, maybe doing cold outreaches, right? You can use an opportunity there to pull up their LinkedIn profile, pull up their website or their brand. This is a really great way to start using something that they care about and have put a lot of time and energy into to grab their attention and do some of those sort of things. So I want to jump over and show you how some of these methods can be used specifically for this appointment setting, right? Since that's one of our big themes is how do we set more appointments? Well, I know a big fraction of you guys are doing cold outreaches. You're reaching out to people that you've never met before, right? That don't know you at all. Well, I want to show you this great example. This is Devin Bridges, who actually works here at BombBomb. She's one of our enterprise BDR representatives here, and she's reaching out to somebody. Now you can see right away, she's got the emotion. She's got the personal, right? She writes his name on there. Those are things that are going to grab Elliot, in this case's attention, right? So those are things right there. If you're doing cold outreach and it's somebody that doesn't know you, we've got to have some of these things in here for them to know, oh, this isn't a person just blasting an email out to thousands and thousands of people. This is something that's specifically for me. Now, the caveat to this that I want you to think about when it comes to appointment setting is you've got to do the research, right? You've got to actually research into this person on why you think that your product is a good fit for them, or why you're the best realtor for them or lender or whatever you are offering, whether you are your product, you have a product that you're offering. When you're reaching out to people that you don't know, do that research. And then we can start to put that into the video itself. So watch this as a great example for those of you that are doing more cold outreaches, people that don't know you as well. What a great way to introduce yourself and show that emotion and show that appreciation.
Hey Elliot, my name is Devin Bridges and I work here at BombBomb, so it's nice to meet you. I'm reaching out because I know you believe that you have an amazing team of sales professionals and you have invested your time and energy in finding that team and making sure that they're equipped with the best tools and processes for their success. So that being said, if you believe that your team is your best asset, then video plus email is right for you. We want to make sure that they can come across in their emotion and that empathy can come across, and plain text just can't do that. What I'd love to do is set up a quick 5 to 10 minute phone call to discuss where and if this can fit into your team's process. So let me know what time works best for you. Look forward to hearing from you soon and hope you're having a great day.
It's concise, it's well spoken, it's to the point. I love the part where she says, if you believe that your team is your best asset, then video is the tool for you, right? We've got to get your team in front of more people. She does an amazing job of building her value and our product's value of what it could bring to them, but she also builds them up, right? And I love that. One of the things that I love about these when it comes to appointment setting in general is this disrupting the inbox mentality, right? So many people, in fact, I read a great article on this theory that everybody thinks email is dead. Email is dead. We've been talking about it for 15 years. And yet there's still trillions of emails that are sent every single year. So why is that? Why do people have that? Well, it's because so many emails are going out that are not the kind of emails that we want. So we just delete, 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 delete. Well, when you're trying to get a hold of somebody, especially for a cold outreach, that's hard to do. They're not expecting your email. So video is an amazing way. Put video in the subject line so they know that immediately. And then once they hop in, when you use some of that tuned method to personalize that and make sure that they're excited, engaged about this, it's disrupting their pattern of what they normally know with email, right? They're normally used to popping it open, reading some text, deleting or replying or whatever it may be. Well, now they pop it open and, oh, that's different. This is disruptive, and disruptive is a good thing. in this sense. So I love thinking about that. That's what causes the higher engagement. That's what really gets that more excitement and setting more appointments with that. Now, the other tool that's really helpful after you've sent the video with BombBomb is, of course, our tracking. So for those of you that have been using BombBomb for a very, very long time, you know that we do this. We track the opens, plays, clicks. But what I want to strategize with you today is how do you use that when you've reached out to somebody, right? Well, the beauty for this, so for Devin, when she's reaching out to people that she hasn't met before, what you don't want to be doing is spending a lot of time on people that are not giving you any effort or energy back, right? So if she can now send that email out to Elliot, be moving on to the next person, but keep an eye on her tracking. That live fire tracking feed is so powerful because it shows you, oh, Elliot just opened my email. Elliot just watched my video. That's a powerful time to maybe reach out and try to call Elliot. This is how we start to be more strategic in our timing of reaching out to people and having the best opportunity to actually set an appointment with them, right? If we're just sending emails when they're in meetings all the time, if we're just calling when they're with their family, having lunch, whatever it may be, that's going to be really hard to set an appointment with that person. But if I can call when I know that they're engaged in their email, I've got a much better chance of having them pick up the phone. And then when they do, and I go, hey, it's Kevin here with BombBomb, or hey, it's Devin here with BombBomb. Oh my gosh, I just watched your video. Now they feel like they know you. So they're that much more likely to listen to you and hear what you have to say about that. Now, this is our dashboard. So if you log into BombBomb, this is what you would see. You can see there's that tracking on the right side here that's constantly scrolling. But we also bring that on a larger scale into some of your email providers. So into Gmail, into Outlook. So it does live where you live. The reason I want to point that out to you is because I don't want you having to log in and out of a million different things to try to use this system. So the fact that we bring that tracking into where you're already emailing is really, really helpful. In fact, if you're out and about, you can always check your tracking on your phone as well. We do provide that tracking in the mobile app as well. So we know this is really powerful for helping set more appointments. I'm sure there's some of you that are sitting there going, I love the idea. I think it could be really, really great. There is zero chance I'm going to be able to stop every time a lead comes in or send a personalized video to every single person I want to send an appointment with, right? Totally get it. You guys have a million other things that you have to focus on with your business and with your time and energy. Well, this is how I want to introduce, maybe you've got more incoming lead generation and some of those sort of things. This is a great opportunity for you to actually put some generic evergreen videos into that. Now, if you've got a CRM or you've got a system that automatically responds to people, record one video, put it in that system. It's so powerful. Just like the other one I showed you, it still differentiates you, right? Now, the nice thing about this is if you've got auto generation, you've got that speed to lead, it still feels personal, it still differentiates you, it gets you that higher engagement and those sort of things, but you don't have to think about it every time the lead's coming in or every time you're trying to reach out to somebody. You can have that video that you can use time and time again. This is Chris Brown. He's actually a mortgage lender, a great example of how the evergreen video still feels personal. You still get that empathy, that value, those sort of things. Absolutely love this example.
Hey, my name is Chris Brown, and Zillow, Trulia, it's the same company actually, asked us to reach out to you and wanted to go ahead and introduce myself so you can see that indeed, hey, we're real people helping real people just like you. And regardless as to whether you need to move right away or if you're just kind of kicking the tires to get a little bit of clarity, a little bit of a gauge on where things are and what that roadmap looks like moving forward to be able to buy a home, that's what we do.
So he goes on and talks a little bit longer, but you get, I love that, hey, we're just real people trying to help real people, right? That empathy is something that's very different. Now, you're different than all the other people in your industry that are going, hey, when can we meet? Let's set up an appointment right now. Let's do this, this, and this. I want to help you. That feels really aggressive to a lot of people. So if you're able to slow that down, take a step back and go, hey, we're here to help. That's exactly what we want. We know this can be a trying time, trying to figure out what's the best solution for you in whatever facet you're reaching out. So have those evergreen lead response. In fact, if you don't have a CRM, if you don't have a system that's automatically going out to these leads, I know you're still getting notified, right? If you're having people income, you're still being notified of these people coming your way. It's a great way and a great place to pull up your mobile app. So this is actually an example of that tracking that I was showing you that you can see in your BombBomb mobile app. You can see it'll highlight this orange if they open it. It'll highlight green if they play. And then the third one over here will highlight if they click on any links, if there are any links for them to engage with. But more what I want to point out in this scenario is this little button down here at the right. That's your video library. So you can still have that evergreen video, that new lead video. Make sure you name it something easy. If you see a new lead come in and you're in the middle of something, you pop open your app, go to your library, grab the video, send it off to them. It takes you 30 seconds maximum, and you're back doing what we need to do versus just doing that sort of thing. So it gives you a great way where you can use the evergreen videos, whether it's automated, whether it's not. You have a lot of different options there. So this is how video really comes into play when setting these things. Now, here's something exciting, and I know I teased this at the beginning, but I'm going to tell you about a new feature that's literally coming out today, which I'm so very excited about. This is going to change your ability to set more appointments and do those sort of things. It is calls to action. Now, what does that mean? We tell you guys to put a call to action in your videos all the time, right? Make it clear, make it concise, make it one call to action. Well, now we're giving you the ability to actually put that in your video exactly. So when you go to record a new video now, what you're gonna see is right on this bottom menu at the bottom, you're gonna see this little toggle switch here that says CTA. And when you click on that toggle switch, here's what it does for you, is it pops open an option and it gives you the option to title your banner as well as put the link that you want in there. So think about this. For those of you that are doing cold outreach, right? You wanna get them on your calendar. If you've got a calendar system that you can send out to them, oh my gosh, put that information in here, right? Put that calendar link in here. You can also title it something different so it doesn't say the URL at the banner at the bottom of the video. Once you've put those things in, you can actually click this Save CTA button, and this is what that banner is gonna look like on the video when it's sent to them. So why is this so revolutionary? Well, one, it's super easy for you guys. You can record your video as soon as you're done recording. You pop the CTA up, put the link in, click save. Now you have a live link in there that somebody can click on and you can reference it in your video. For example, right? Hey, Elliot, I wanted to reach out to you. I think you'd be a great fit for our business and what we're doing. Click on the link below. I'd love to schedule 5 minutes with you just to talk about if we're the right fit for you, if we can help you get to the next level. Well, this is now going to open that up. So I've seen a couple of different things of people coming in and going, oh my gosh, I've been so frustrated that I couldn't do that. We heard you. We totally understand. That's why we're doing this. We really listen to you guys as much as we can and get these tools in. So it's really, really great. In fact, I'm going to show you a live example of what it looks like for the recipient here. This is a video that I recorded. When they play it, you'll see that banner's not there immediately, but it pops up as soon as the play button goes away. That's a live link that they can click on at any point in the video. Now, I do click on this and you'll see it takes me to another site, but I want you to think about how you can make this easier for the recipients, how we can give them those live actions. I just clicked on that and it took me to, I just put in calendar.com randomly to give you that kind of an idea. But there are so many different scenarios of where you can send people to. Hey, go take a look at my website for these listings that I have. Hey, click on this calendar link. I'd love to schedule some time to talk, right? Hey, go click on this, hop on my Facebook page. I've got some great pictures on there of some of the products that you were asking about, right? Or go take a look at my LinkedIn. I could go on for days with these different opportunities, but the live CTA feature is now going to give you that ability to have it on there. So that's great. I see you guys going, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see this. I just set up calendar features. Great. Absolutely. We're so excited about this. This is something we know you guys have been wanting and we're excited to put in there. So think about that with your appointment setting. Put it in the video, use it there, and it's going to make life a lot easier for you. So we just covered actually a handful of these different things. Tips on getting your videos played with the tune method, right? Appointment setting strategies, that new feature with those in-video CTAs, which is going to be awesome. I want to jump to the next section here, which is the follow-up. So once you've reached out, we've gotten that better engagement, we've set the appointment, how do we make sure that we hold that appointment? I know that's something that everybody struggles with, right? I'll tell you this, one of the great things with BombBomb here is that our customer success team, we actually average an 85% appointment hold rate for our client success associates with clients. That's amazing. And you know why? It's because of this video piece. It's because we're doing some of these video steps. So here's the best practices. Here's what I want you to start to think of. And then I'm going to show you a couple examples of real people in different industries doing this. But here's what I want you to think of as the framework for your appointment confirmation video. So this is essentially after you've set it, I want you to send a video that goes out to these people before their appointment, right? So number one, personalize. I've obviously brought up the tuned method a bunch of times. You're going to hear me reiterate this time and time again because it's really, really important. So personalize it. Use something with that tune method at the beginning, whether it's your team, unexpected, name, right? You can pick what you think fits the best in there, but do that. It's really, really helpful. Thank them. I know this sounds like a simple no-brainer type thing, but hey, thank you so much for setting some time with me. I know your time is valuable. I'm really honored that I get to share some of it with you. Now, here's one thing that I want as a caveat in here, as we've done a lot of research on this. We don't want you to say, hey, thank you so much for setting your appointment for Thursday at 5 o'clock. You don't need to get into all of those details. And there's a couple of reasons why. This actually blends into number 4, the text in the email. One, we want these videos to be short. We all know, and we've talked about this a lot with you guys, that the shorter the video is, the longer, the more views we're going to get, right? If it's a 30-second video, more people are going to watch that than if it's 2 minutes. So the shorter we can keep that timestamp, the better that is for our engagement with the video. But the second thing is, think about this. Have you ever gotten a video from somebody where they rattled off a bunch of details, some really important stuff that you needed to have remembered, and you then had to go back and watch the video again because you couldn't write them all down, and then you have to watch it a third time to get some of those last details, right? We still want to make this convenient for our clients as well. And so the key of putting all of that is we want you to add all of that in the text below the video. That way they have a reference to go back to and go, okay, great, Thursday at 10 o'clock, that's exactly what I had scheduled, right? And put location. If you want to put directions, you can. That's totally up to you how far you want to take that. But put all of that in the text. That frees up that time in the video so that you don't have to reference it. And it makes life a lot easier for them so that they don't have to hop back on and try to figure out some of that sort of stuff and rewatch to get the details and those sort of things. Now, this next piece, the third piece here, is in my opinion, the most important piece of these videos. Reaffirm the value, right? So whether you just sent them a video and they set on their own, or you called and talked to them and actually set it live with them, you need to reaffirm what you are bringing to the call. One of the best ways to do this, from my experience, working in sales departments and holding demos for the last 3 years, right? Holding thousands of demos and appointments, is I need to show them that I'm putting some time into this already. So one of my favorite things, and one of the things we've learned is really effective, is to say, hey, I'm already diving in and building a map for what our meeting is going to be because I'm so excited how this is going to help you, right? I'm already starting to spend some time. It's the value of reciprocity. I don't know if you guys have heard of that word before specifically, but what reciprocity is if you put time into somebody, they're more likely to put time back into you, right? So if you show them, hey, I'm already working on this appointment because I'm really excited about it, they're going to be more likely to show up because they know, one, you've put time in, and two, there's going to be value. This isn't just something that you're going to show up and wing it and hope for the best in that regard, right? So this is really important. And I think it's really good for you as the person who's selling something, whether it's yourself or a product, to think, what value am I adding in this? I think it's very easy. I worked in the real estate world for a while. I worked in sales for a while, to think about, okay, here's what I can get out of this appointment, right? I can get this listing, or man, I could sell them a package on this call. That's really great. And I'm excited about that. But I love that reframing of going, what's the value for them? Once you figure that out, it's going to make your appointments better. But two, put it in this video, reaffirm that value to them, make sure they know this is what you're bringing to the call. And then lastly, I already referred to this a little bit, but the text in the email, make sure you're putting those details below so that they don't have to refer back to the video. Make sure in that text as well, the number one thing that people lose when they're adding text with video is this balance of the video is still the meat and potatoes. We still want them to watch the video. So don't give away too much in the text. Also, tell them to watch the video in the text. When I send an email to somebody, the first thing I do is, hey, John, thank you so much. Take a look at the video for all the details from our conversation. Also refer to some of the information that I put below. Tell them to watch it. Tell them to go to the video. you'd be shocked at how much that helps with your video play rates. And then when they see some of that tune method stuff, some of that personalization on there, your video plays will definitely go up. So let's watch some examples of this. Now that I've talked your ear off on the why, on the scripting and the strategy there, let's see some of this stuff in action. So this is actually a business coach that has been working with us for a while. Her name is Elaine Lou Cardis, and you can see right away, you can see the emotion in her eyes. You can see the personalization with the whiteboard. She's already using some of those tone points, but she's actually a business coach. And I love this because so many of you can probably relate to this scenario of, I've set the appointment, I need to follow up. Take a look at how kind of she does it as a quick, easy example.
Hey Janelle, I want to send you this fun little video. Super excited to see you Saturday. So 2 things. 1, I just want to make sure and if you could confirm that you're coming so I could have a cup of coffee ready for you. And 2, what are your big money goals? And I love asking this because I want to make sure I'm providing the most value to everyone attending. Thanks, hon.
Now, here's what I love about this. 1, if I'm that person, I'm looking forward to it. I'm great. She's going to have coffee. I can't wait for that. We all need coffee to think, right? But 2, you've got this client thinking, what are my biggest money goals? And if they're willing to send that back to me before the appointment, I am locked and loaded with information that is going to make this so valuable. So this is how we not only show our value, but get them excited about the appointment so that we can take that to the next level and actually turn it into some real business, right? So I'm sure a lot of you guys can see how that fits into your industry. There's so many different scenarios, but I love that of just thinking, hey, what are your money goals? Like a clear, concise 1 CTA where you now get an answer from them and they know how to answer it. They know exactly what you're asking from them for the appointment. The cool thing about Elaine is she actually signed with us a while ago and literally sent us a testimonial, I think 3 days into her membership. And she said, I've literally signed up and made $3,500 after 1 day of using BombBomb. And this is one of the reasons why, because she was confirming those appointments. She was having people hold. She was able to get more people under her coaching because she was doing some of these techniques here. So let's jump over more to a kind of a generic sales standpoint, right? If you're in a sales atmosphere, same idea, right? You still have an appointment. You've still talked to somebody. You've got to build that value. This is Keegan. He is just, I mean, he's got the emotion down. You see that smile and you go, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk to him. Now, the great part is that translates through the whole video, but it's personal. He has great emotion. And then he actually takes it a step further and uses that details part, that screen recorder part, to continue to add even more value to the appointment that he's going to offer to these people.
Hey, Nathan, Keegan from Outreach here. Hey, just wanted to confirm and thank you again for meeting with us tomorrow, Friday, around your lunchtime. So I actually sent a lunch gift card on us to keep you, full during the demo tomorrow. And just to want to refresh you of what we're going to show you. We're going to show you right here how it helps your team scale more revenue.
So you can see he hops over to the screen recorder there at the end to actually show them a little bit about, 1, I heard exactly what you were saying. You wanted to scale more revenue. We're going to show you how to do that. But 2, gives them a glimpse into the platform that he's offering. That's great. Maybe they get some more questions ready. Maybe they get a little bit more familiar and feel less nervous about that. One of my favorite things that Keegan does in this, and Paul, I see you like that lunch gift card tactic. Why I think that is so powerful is because he was presumptive with something that could have taken them away from this appointment. You know, when you schedule a lunch appointment with somebody, that's a really easy out, right? Oh man, I'm so hungry. I'm not going to have time later. I'm going to go eat lunch. Well, Keegan heard that and said, this is great. This is a way I can add value and take away that out for this client. Hey, got a little gift card on us. That way you can go get lunch. We can still have our appointment and have a blast while you're eating. No worries. I love that. That is such a great strategy. Now, I'm not saying you have to offer every appointment a free something or give them a gift. If you do, it's not going to hurt. But I love that he thought through what is something that they could say that would maybe not have them come to this appointment. Here's how I can solve that issue. And then he adds the value by hopping into the system and talking through some of those sort of things. So I have a third example here because I think this is a great way to just kind of take it to some of the other industries that we work really heavily with. So real estate agents, right? Mortgage lenders, anybody in that field. You may have even seen this example. This is Michael Thorne. He's a realtor that we have worked with time and time again. He was having a hard time setting up listing appointments and having them actually follow through, right? He was getting calls of people saying, I can't go, I can't do that sort of stuff, right? Well, guess what he did? He kept the video simple, but he did one really simple thing that started to make all the difference for him. And it's that personalized part. Watch this video, listen to what he says at the very beginning here, and then you'll absolutely love the story and kind of how this progressed from this video on.
Hey Ryan, Amy, Oliver, and Violet, it is Michael. Received your email. Thank you so much. Would love to come and meet your family and take a walk through your home. Tomorrow evening around 7 o'clock fits in my schedule. Let me know if that works for you too as well. You can find all my contact information down below. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
So very simple, right? The hard part about really any of your industries is that there's a lot of competition, right? Especially in real estate, mortgage, some of those. I mean, there's a million realtors out there. You can throw a rock and hit a realtor in pretty much every city that I've ever been to. So how do you differentiate yourself? Well, what he chose to do is one, use video, allow them to get to know him soon. But two, he said a couple of things at the beginning. He said 4 names, Ryan, Amy, Oliver, and Violet, I believe were the 4 names that he said there. He didn't know who they were. That's just the information he got in from the lead. So he said, yes, I'd love to come meet with you guys. Here's the impact that that had. And I love real stories when it comes to any of this stuff. Well, he said those 4 names, sent the video out, and then guess what? He started watching our tracking, right? So he saw, oh, my email got opened. My video got played. My email got opened again. My video got played. My video got played. My video got played. He said the night he sent it, his video got played multiple times, just time after time after time. And he kept seeing those pings come in. So that's encouraging. He knew he had good engagement from these people. He knew they were getting to know him, right? So when he walked up to that house later for the actual appointment that they set, he said he was literally about to knock on the door and the door swings open. Well, guess what? There is an adorable little 9-year-old boy whose name was Oliver, which he said in the video, swings the door open. Michael, we're so glad you're here. I couldn't wait to see you. Come on in. Let's go meet everybody, right? Because he said Oliver's name in the video, Oliver was making his parents play that video over and over and over again, right? How cool is it even now, but especially when you're a kid, to hear your name said on video? That's really cool. There is an awesome novelty aspect to this. Well, now when Michael shows up to the house, he has the biggest advocate you can possibly have walking into that house, which is a kid. If the kid loves Michael, how much more likely are the people and the parents to love Michael? That's that differentiating aspect. It's the aspect where they get a chance to get to know you before you've even walked in the door. So even if they are meeting 3 or 4 other people that are in your same field, you already have a leg up because they've gotten to know you. And you've taken the time and energy to go on a deeper level than anybody else has. That's how we get people to not only show up more and improve your show rates on your appointments and your demos, but that's how we get people excited for them. To show them, I'm excited about what I have to offer and how I can help you specifically out. How our product, how myself is a good fit for you and what your needs are right now. So that's what I want to encourage you guys to do, is send out a video, confirm those appointments. You will be so shocked and so impressed at what the answers you can get back if you ask a question like Elaine did in that example, or 2, how many people are showing and how many people are excited about this because you're doing it there. Now, I promised you guys a bonus video on this, and it doesn't fit into the appointment setting, the appointment confirmation, but here's why I wanted to show you something a little bit different. It's because this is that next step, right? Setting appointments is huge. Holding appointments is even more important because without any of that stuff, we cannot grow our business. But where does the real money come from this? Sorry, we have an auto timer in my office and my light just keeps turning off on me, so I apologize. But where does the real money come from? It's in the follow-up. It's in the details. And that's why I want to show you this one bonus video as an appointment follow-up. After you've held the appointment, why is this so powerful? Well, it's because you've got all the information now. You've got the details. You have the next steps, right? They've spent the time, they've invested their time and energy in you. This is where you take that from an appointment to actual business. This is where the money comes from. Watch this as an example. This is a great example. Sharon Tyndall here. She does an amazing job of following up with specifics, mapping out the next steps, and making sure that this person knows exactly what to expect moving forward.
Good morning, Paige. I wanted to tell you how wonderful it was to meet you yesterday and to sit and talk with you about your objectives to get back in touch with your business and to prepare for 2020. I look forward to working with you, as does Eileen, to make it a great year. And we'll have some fun along the way. And I'll be sending in another email the couple of to-dos that we put on the list, and then also some items of value.
How clear is that? Right? The huge aspects of this are, I appreciate your time. We are going to be a great fit for each other. We're going to have an awesome job moving forward. And here's what the next steps are. The clearer you can be on those next steps, the more likely people are to follow them, just like call to actions. This is just an appointment follow-up call to action in that sense, right? These are what we need to do to keep the ball rolling in the direction that you need it to roll. And I love it because it's all framed around them. I'm excited for your year. I'm excited for where you want to get and how we can help you do that. Here's the next steps to get to that point. And what's so neat about this, I'm going to ask a rhetorical question. How many of you have heard of Maya Angelou? Probably everybody, right? She's amazing, but she's got this really, really powerful quote that I absolutely love that I want you to think about and kind of ruminate on for a little bit. I've learned that people are going to forget what you've said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. That appointment follow-up is so critical in letting people know that they're valuable to you. And if you take that time, you take that energy to invest in people, whether it's pre-appointment or following up, or even cold outreach, like that example from Devin I showed you, it means something to people. They will remember that. They will remember you for that. So think about that. How can we make people feel appreciated? How can we let them know that we appreciate their time and energy and money and investment and belief in us? Video is an amazing way to do that, and that will help bring in more business. So just to kind of recap here before we jump into the Q&A and I answer any questions that are out there, Aaron and Alexa, thank you guys. You guys have been doing an amazing job covering all this stuff as we've been going through it. But I want to just recap real fast, the tune method, right? Make sure you personalize that video. Make sure you get the best engagement that you can. So don't miss those opportunities to bring team members in, do something unexpected, use their name, bring the emotion in, use the details with the screen recorder and some of those pieces, okay? Number 2, tracking. Use your tracking. It's an amazingly valuable tool. Send the videos out, call people, follow up with that tracking. That's how you spend your time where it is most useful. 3, CTAs, woohoo! Brand new feature that's coming out on video CTA. So just to reiterate that process, you record your video just like normal. When you're done recording the video, you'll see that little toggle switch for CTAs. It'll walk you through the next steps from there. It could not be easier from that standpoint. Confirm and build value, always. With your appointment follow-ups, with your appointment confirmations, confirm and build the value. That's the biggest way we can get people to show up more and more. And then always follow up, because that's where the money is made, right? Show them that we're going to put the attention in and do all of that sort of stuff. So that is our main focus for appointments. I do want to tease next month, like I mentioned with the deep dive at the beginning. Guess what? We're doing this every month, and we're jumping into something that's really exciting next month. In fact, how many of you guys have LinkedIn accounts? I bet there's a lot of people raising their head or going, yeah, I totally do. Yeah, there's a bunch of people, right? How many of you are actually using your LinkedIn account on a consistent basis? Probably not everybody, right? How many of you are actually using it for business purposes? Well, guess what? Oh, that's what we're doing next month. We're diving into how to use video in LinkedIn, how to be effective. In fact, fun little stat here that I've spent time talking with Steve and with Ethan about is that LinkedIn is actually the best social network for lead generation. It has a higher lead generation percentage than Facebook, than Twitter, than a lot of the other social platforms that everybody is pushing. So get excited. I know we'll be sending out a link where you can sign up for that webinar next month in this month's follow-up email. So keep your eyes open for that, but also keep your eyes open for the deep dive at the beginning of the month. And then we are going to dive heavy into LinkedIn next month and show you guys how we can start to do some lead generation, how we can use video in that, and have a lot of fun with it, which will be great. So let's dive over here to the question and answers. I've seen a lot of questions and things coming in. Let me hop over and kind of read through some of these. Again, Alexa and Aaron, thank you guys for doing that. Suzanne, you asked, is the new integrated CTA available now? It is dropping today. I noticed it in my account this morning when I logged in. It may take some time to roll out since we do have so many customers. So if you don't see it right this second, that's okay. But that is supposed to be rolling out today, tomorrow. So keep your eyes open ASAP when you hop in to record the next time. So that's, yeah, super exciting. I'm sure we'll be sending some releases out and things as well, but I wanted to give you guys the first one because you guys are here and we're really, really excited about that. So let's see here. How we get a copy of this video sent to us. So yeah, totally understand. Any of you guys that missed a portion of this or came in late or whatever it may be, we'll be sending a follow-up videos to you guys. We'll send you this whole recording in an email following up with this, so you don't have to worry about that at all, okay? Do you know the date of the LinkedIn session? I actually do, and I can tell you exactly what that is. That would have been a good thing to actually write down before I hopped on here, right? We're always doing it the third week of the month, so just keep that as a general rule of thumb. If you are ever looking at something or thinking when is the webinar or those sort of things, we're always doing it the third week of the month. So it's actually going to be the third week that Tuesday. So just like we did it on Tuesday here, it will be the same for next month. So Jordan, will we be able to use CTAs on videos that we upload and not record on the platform? Great question. No. Short answer, not with this initial launch at least. As of right now, it's only going to be on new videos that you record in BombBomb to have the option to put that CTA on. Now, a couple of things with that as well, and I'm glad you asked this, is you will not be able to go in and change it later. So make sure you'd have to record a new video if you wanted to do that. You won't be able to add the CTAs to pre-recorded videos. Even if it's one you recorded in BombBomb a year ago, you won't be able to add a CTA to it at this time. And if you do upload something new, you won't be able to add it. So just think about any new video that I record right now in BombBomb, I have the option to put that CTA on. I'm absolutely assuming this will continue to grow and iterate depending on your guys' needs and the things you're asking for. But as of right now, that's exactly where it'll fit. Great question, Jordan. I'm so glad that you asked that. Let's see. Randall was asking, would it be helpful if we had a green screen when it comes to being able to get more movement and roller coasters, etc.? Well, I can tell you our general rule of thumb here at BombBomb is the less fancy, the less editing, the less produced the video comes across, the better your results are going to be. So my short answer to your question, Randall, would be no. Don't use a green screen for most things. Now, I'm not saying there are not great opportunities to put green screen, put production into videos. There's amazing opportunities with video marketing. Since we're talking more about video engagement and enablement here at BombBomb, for appointment setting and those sort of things, I don't want you to. Here's why. When they see that green screen, when they see that fancy thing at the back end, they're gonna go, oh man, he sent this video to a lot of people and they may not even watch it. So we want it to feel really, really personalized. So you can do some different things. Maybe movement is not the right thing for you if you're just sitting at a desk, kind of like I am right now. Great, personalize it. Use the name, use the emotion with the smile. Maybe do something unexpected. I know I've even had fun with things where I started kind of out of frame and I come in and I'm like, hey, it's Kevin, right? If you feel like you've built rapport with somebody that you can do that, do it. It's super fun. People will absolutely love it. So you don't have to use all of the tune methods. In fact, don't use all of the tune methods on every video, but use those as a reference for some different things, you know, that you can use at that time. So I did just confirm on my end, for those of you that were asking about the webinar next month for LinkedIn, it's going to be on March 17th, which is a Tuesday, at this exact same time. So 10 Mountain, noon Eastern. So Randall, I hope that answers your question. I'm always big on keep it simple because that feels so much more simple, so much more real. It just feels different, right? Because we don't get those personalized videos a lot. So it's definitely that disruption in the inbox a little bit more. Let's see, what else do we have here? Online, it says the CTA doesn't work through the BombBomb Chrome extension. So as of this initial release, the Chrome extension is the one place that it hasn't been released yet. You can use it in Gmail. You can use it in the BombBomb web app. You can use it anywhere on your desktop. The Chrome extension they're still working on. So just be patient with us on that one. But if you do actually log into your Gmail, you can record it and do the CTAs there. So yeah, great note, Nicole. I appreciate that. And another note on this as well, it is going to be on anywhere on your desktop at this point, not on the mobile app at this time. Yeah, I see a couple of questions about that. So how about that? I felt the vibes. I was reading it there. So let's see. Trying to see what other questions we've got here. Do we need to update our app on the phone to get the CTA function? Yeah, Mark. So just answered that one a little bit. It's not going to be on the mobile app at this time. This is a desktop functionality for this initial release. Had an issue with BombBomb. Rev said, I can always record on iPhone and upload to BombBomb. How will I be able to use it with CTA? So that is going to be one of the little hiccups here, Irma. Like I said, anything recorded on your phone at this point is not going to allow to add the CTA to it. Again, we're talking about a lot of iterations down the line of growing with this, but initially here, we're just excited to have it on the desktop with that initial new videos that you record as well. Can you update the video to social media? Tony, I'm guessing you may have been asking to upload the video to social media. If I'm guessing, yes, you absolutely can. From anywhere you record with BombBomb, you can upload. And if you copy and paste a link or the HTML, if there is a CTA on there, it will carry that CTA with it. So you should be good to go there. Desiree, if you hopped in a little bit late, CTA is call to action. So we're just releasing this great new feature where you can actually put a clickable call to action in your video, and people are super excited about it. So we're kind of answering a lot of those questions. So yeah, a call to action where you can actually put a word and you can actually put a link in there that you click on and send out from that standpoint. So Sean, I see. Yeah, we could maybe, I'll try and figure out if we can do that for you. That's something that's obviously pretty specific to you with your webinars and those sort of things. So I'm not going to address it right this second. But if you want to reach out and say, hey, Kevin was doing a webinar today, and reach out to our support team and ask some of those sort of things, I'll make sure that they know about that and pass it over to me so I can help you in that regard, okay? Well, good. Well, man, I'm excited. These are great questions, everybody. Thank you so much for sending these in. If there's any more questions out there, I am super happy to answer those. I know we're at about 50 minutes or so, which is kind of that sweet spot where we want to make sure, hey, we're respectful of your time. We don't want to hold you here longer, but if there's any other questions that we have not answered or any of those sort of things, it looks like we've kind of answered everything at this point. So thank you all for being here. Man, we could not be more honored. For those of you that are in the cold climates and trucked through the snow to be here like we did today, thank you. We love having you guys as clients. We love talking you through this. If you are not with BombBomb, if you don't have an active membership, go to bombbomb.com/pricing. You can look through those options. We have a free 14-day trial that you can sign up for as well. So feel free to do that. You can start using all these strategies we talked about literally right now. So we're excited for all of you guys. If you have any questions, always reach out to our support team. We have an amazing support team. If you go to support.bombbomb.com, you can chat in, you can call in, you can do all that sort of stuff. But man, we're so thankful for all of you guys, and we're glad that you're here. So go start setting appointments, go start following up with people. Let us know the results. Let us know how that's working for you, and start using these CTAs. We're so excited to be able to roll that out to you guys as it comes out in the next day or two. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your February. Happy late Valentine's Day. And we'll talk to you guys next month for talking about LinkedIn more and more, okay? Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.